So, good day everyone. So, our discussion today is all about changing your personality. So, how to change your personality? Personality change compress different forms of change in a different aspect of personality. So, here is how to change it for the better. So, how to change your personality? 1. Focus on changing your habits. So, changing your habitual responses over time is one way to create personality change. Of course, forming a new habit or breaking an old one is never easy and it takes time and serious effort. With enough practice, this new patterns of behavior will eventually become second nature. So, focus on changing your habits is very important to yourself. Around your self-care practice that your need self-care allows you to turn your habits. So, change your self-beliefs. If you believe you cannot change, then you will not change. If you are trying to become more outgoing, but you believe that your introversion is a fake, permanent, and unchangeable trait, then you will simply never try to become more sociable. So, change your self-belief is very important. The shape your lives. This set of beliefs aspect what we think about ourselves, others, and the world at large. It also greatly. So, focus on the process. So, focus on the process. Instead of thinking, I'm so smart or I'm so talented, replace such praise with I work really hard or I found a good way of solving the problem by shifting to more of a growth mindset. Rather than a mindset, you may find that it is easier to experience real change and grow. So, focus on the progress. So, focus on the progress is very important to learn to focus on the process more than the result. It removes all distractions. If you do not focus the process, you will not grow. So, set your goal. Before you can begin to change, it is critically important to know what the end goal for your change is. Not having a concrete goals increase the likelihood of failure. So, setting your goal gives you long-term visions and short-term motivation. It focuses your knowledge and helps you to organize your time and your resources so that you can make the most of your life. So, we have formulate a plan. So, formulate a plan goal is setting and tracking help was offered to some students, encouraging them to plan for meeting their goals over time. Students who plan made more progress toward goals than those who did not plan. So, formulate a plan is important because it is the foundation to helping your project objective and achieve your ultimate goal. If you don't have a plan, you cannot grow. So, take specific actions. Each step that you take toward your goals should have specific content. If your goal is to be more open to making friends, a good specific action will be to make yourself approachable and hang out in place with the most potential to make friends. So, take specific action. It is important to understand that huge change and success is an ongoing process. You cannot just take an action, make one attempt, and call it a day. A new action, the more natural it becomes, but if you never start it, will never become habit. So take space. So let us proceed to the next page. Modern thinking. So modern thinking talks about your personality, your behavior, feelings, and thoughts. So that is example of modern thinking. So let us proceed to being yourself. So being yourself can get confusing and is not always possible. As an energetic extrovert, I love my new social encounters but have to make myself often. I have to coach when I can truly be myself versus when I can truly be myself. I need to tone it down and show a more conservative side. So being yourself, living is a society that is constantly developing. It's important for you to always be yourself from the inside and out. So yourself. So the example of being yourself, get to know the many facets of yourself. So you are beautifully unique, complex, and individual with many different aspects to your personality, allowing your full spectrum to exist matter. That is what makes the world is so interesting and colorful. So it is important to recognize which areas of your life need the most as a person towards of yourself. So next accept your personal traits. Most people know if they are introvert or extrovert or an ambivert, which is a blind of the two. Give yourself permission to own this, and now when you either need a long time or more time with other people to fuel or soul, no one way of being is superior to another. So accept your personal traits. Better understand other people will have a different way. No personality type is better than any other, just different understanding some of your core personality traits as well as those of the people you are close. So accept your personality traits. Being yourself also means being appropriate and respectful. Don't let your personality type be an excuse for not making an effort. Maturity means taking stock of the situations you are in, making others around you feel comfortable. So being yourself also means being appropriate and respectful. So accept your personality traits. Being yourself also means appropriate and respectful. Don't let your personality type be an excuse for not making an effort. Maturity means taking stock of the situation you are in and making others around you feel comfortable. So being accept your personality. Never be who you are not. Never be who you are not. As mentioned in point 1, everyone's personality contains a variety of aspects. However, you should never have to try to be someone you are not or go against your personality values or authentic self. So never be who you are not. Give yourself a break. So life is a journey of becoming the highest version of who you are, and no one gets it right every time. We all have variety moments, we all have generous moments, we all go through up and downs and experience carrying new encounters. So give yourself a break. It's very important that you should taking break as being shown to be important. in recovering from stress, which can turn improve your performance. So let us proceed to the next page. Being adaptable. Okay? Being able to adopt changing environment and work process can be desirable traits to employers. Having adaptability skills means you are open and willing to learn new things, take on a new challenge, and make adjustments to transition in the workplace. So that is example of being adaptable, that you are willing to adapt the new environment or the new things or the new challenges in your life. So let us proceed to the next video. Communication skills. So active listening show you are attentive and ready to take a new directions, and developing non-verbal communication skills can help you navigate change in team relationship or dynamic in the workplace. So that is example of communication skills. Next, interpersonal skills. So here is the example of interpersonal skills. Similar to effectively communicating with others, having excellent interpersonal skills can also play a role. Your overall adaptability, being able to interact with others in healthy and positive ways, can help you avoid miscommunication and conflict during operational shift. So that is the example of interpersonal skills. So next, problem-solving skills. Problem-solving skill. Adapting change can also rely on problem-solving skills. You might use your problem skills to find creative solutions to challenging topics, and being able to observe and analyze how you might approach solving a new problem can show your manager your willingness to make adjustments or improvements or to the way you approach solving problems at work. So problem solving is the example of adaptable. So next, lawyers. As team are a basic organizational unit within many companies. Teamwork happens when people cooperate and use their individual skills to achieve common goals. So next, creative and strategic thinking skills. Organizational skills are the ability that let you stay focused on different tasks and use your time, energy, strength, mental capacity, physical space, etc. effectively and efficiently in order to achieve the desired outcome. So that is the example of creative and strategic. So the next topic will be tackled to Miss Dan.
Good day, everyone. My name is Phil Emilia Midaan. My topic is all about positive attitude, individuality, controlling emotions. So, what are emotions? Emotion is what you feel, like you're sad, happy, or anger, or you're feeling upset. Emotion are conscious emotionally state accompanied by bodily arousal. They are brief and directed at a specific event or people. Kinds of emotions. As what I have said, emotions is what you feel, like your anger, sadness, disgust, fear, or anxiety, joy, or happiness. So, how to control our emotions? First, you should have self-awareness. Self-awareness is being aware of one's environment and body and lifestyle. So you should have self-awareness to control your emotions. Second, self-management. Self-management is how to control yourself or self-regulations, the ability to regulate one's emotions. Third, social awareness, the ability to understand social or ethical norms. And lastly, social skills. Social skills is the ability to understand or to interact or communicating to each other. So that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Flora Miranya Baitlang and I will discuss the personality disorders. This is a type of mental disorder in which you have a rigid and unhealthy pattern of thinking, functioning, and behaving. A person with a personality disorder has trouble perceiving and relating to situations and people. In some cases, you may not realize that you have a personality disorder because your way of thinking and behaving seems natural to you, and you may blame others for the challenges you face. Personality disorders usually begin in the teenage years or early adulthood. There are types of personality disorders. First, paranoid personality disorder. Pervasive distrust and suspicion of others and their motives. Unjustified belief that others are trying to harm or deceive you. Unjustified suspicion of the loyalty or trustworthiness of others. Angry or hostile reaction to perceived slights or insults. And the second one is the schizoid personality disorder. Lack of interest in social or personal relationships, preferring to be alone. Limited range of emotional expression. Inability to take pleasure in most activities. Inability to pick up normal social cues. Appearance of being cold or indifferent to others. Little or no interest in having sex with another person. So it refers to a person who wants to be alone and don't have interest for social interaction. The third one is narcissistic personality disorder. This involves a pattern of self-centered, arrogant thinking and behavior, a lack of empathy and consideration for other people, and an excessive need for admiration. Others often describe people with narcissistic personality disorder as cocky, manipulative, selfish, patronizing, and demanding. This way of thinking and behaving surfaces in every area of the narcissist's life, from work and friendships to family and love relationships. Extremely sensitive and react badly to even the slightest criticisms, disagreements, or perceived slights which view as personal attacks. Extremely resistant to changing their behavior even when it's causing them problems. Their tendency is to turn the blame onto others. So, this is all my report. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Rosan Joaquin and I will be discussing the antisocial personality disorder. A personality disorder that is characterized by antisocial behavior exhibiting pervasive disregard for and violation of the rights, feelings, and safety of others starting in childhood or the early teenage years and continuing into adulthood. Antisocial personality disorder or ESPD is a condition characterized by a lack of empathy and regard for the other people. People who have antisocial personality disorder have little or no regard for right and wrong. They antagonize and often act insensitively or in an unfeeling manner. Individuals with this disorder may lie, engage in aggressive or violent behavior, and participate in criminal activity. These characteristics often lead to major difficulties in many life areas. At its core, the inability to consider the thoughts, feelings, and motivations of other people can lead to harmful disregard for others. As adults, the disorder can be destructive to both the person living with it and those who come into contact with them. People with antisocial personality disorder are more likely to engage in risk-taking behaviors, dangerous activities, and criminal acts. Those with the disorder are often described as having no conscience and feel no regret or remorse for their harmful actions. Antisocial personality disorder symptoms. Signs and symptoms of conduct disorder include serious persistent behavior problems such as antisocial personality disorder causes, risk factors, complications, and prevention. Borderline personality disorder is an illness marked by an ongoing pattern of varying moods, self-image, and behavior. Borderline personality disorder, or BPD, is a serious psychological condition that's characterized by unstable mood and emotions, relationships, and behavior. Individuals with borderline personality disorder often suffer from extreme mood fluctuations. Such individuals always think in extremes and there is never a middle way for them. Such thinking is often called as black and white thinking, and individuals with such a personality disorder tend to be extremely violent in personal relationships. Borderline personality disorder symptoms. Causes, risk factors, and complications. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is J.K. Mansataram. Our topic for today is all about the narcissistic, avoidant, dependent, and obsessive. So first is the narcissistic. Narcissistic is a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, trouble relationship, and a lack of empathy for others. So example is they're often feeling insecure or ashamed of their work or creativity, and they have begun to lose their self-control, always doing what narcissists want them to. Then the second is the avoidance. So avoidance relating to our to
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rico Bintilio. My topic is all about personality disorder, symptoms, causes, and treatment. Personality disorder is a type of mental disorder in which you have a rigid and unhealthy pattern of thinking, functioning, and behaving. A person with a personality disorder has trouble perceiving and relating to situations and people. This causes significant problems and limitation in relationships, social activities, work, and school. In some cases, you may not realize that you have a personality disorder because your way of thinking and behaving natural to you, and you may blame others for the challenges you face. Symptoms, types of personality disorders are grouped into three clusters based on similar characteristics and symptoms. Many people with one personality disorder also have signs and symptoms of at least one additionally personality disorder. It's not necessary to exhibit all the signs and symptoms listed for a disorder to be diagnosed. Cluster A personality disorders. Cluster A personality disorders are characterized by odd, eccentric thinking or behavior. They include paranoid personality disorder and psychotypal personality disorder. Paranoid personality disorder. Pervasive distrust and suspicion of others and their motives. Justified belief that others are trying to harm or deceive you. Unjustified suspicion of the loyalty of trustworthiness of others. Hesitancy to confide in others to unreasonable fear that others will use the information against you. Perception of innocent remarks or non-threatening situation as personal insult or attacks. Angry or hostile reaction to perceived slights or insults. Tendency to hold grudges. Unjustified recurrent suspicion that spouse or sexual partner is unfaithful. Cluster B, personality disorder. Cluster B personality disorder are characterized by dramatic, overly emotionally or unpredictable thinking or behavior. They include antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and histrionic personality disorder. Antisocial personality disorder, disregard for others' needs or feelings. Persistent lying, stealing, using aliases, conning others. Repeated violation of the rights of others, aggressive, often violent behavior. Disregard for the safety of self or others, impulsive behavior consistently, irresponsible. Lack of remorse for behavior. Histrionic personality disorder, constantly seeking attention, excessively emotionally dramatic or sexually provocative to gain attention, speaks dramatically with strong opinions but few facts or details to back them up, easily influenced by others, swallow rapidly changing emotions, excessive concern with physical appearance, thinks relationship with others are closer than they really are. Cluster C, personality disorder are characterized by fearful thinking or behavior. They include avoidant personality disorder and dependent personality disorder. Avoidant personality disorder, too sensitive to criticism or rejection, feeling inadequate, inferior, or unattractive, socially inhibited, timid, and isolated, avoiding new activities or meeting strangers. Extreme shyness in social situations and personal relationship. Fear of disapproval, embarrassment. Dependent personality disorder. Excessive dependence on others or unfeeling the need to be taken care of. Fear of having to provide self-care or fend for yourself if left alone. Difficulty starting or doing projects on your own due to lack of self-confidence. Tolerance of or abusive treatment, even when others' options are available. Urgent need to start a new relationship when a close one has ended. Causes, personality disorder. In the past, some believe that people with personality disorders were just lazy or even evil, but new research has begun to explore such potential causes as genetics, parenting, and peer influences. Childhood trauma. Finding from one of the largest studies of personality disorder, the Collaborative Longitudinal Personality Disorder Study, offer clues about the role of childhood experiences. Verbal abuse can have an impact. In a study of 793 mothers and children's, researchers asked mothers if they had screamed at their children, told them they did not love them, or threatened to send them away. Children who had experienced such verbal abuse were 3 times as likely as other children to have paranoid borderline. High reactivity. Sensitivity to light, noise, textures, and other stimuli may also play a role. Overly sensitive children who have what researchers call high reactivity are more likely to develop. Peers. Certain factors can help prevent children from developing personality disorders. Even a single strong relationship with a relative, teacher, or friend can offset negative influences. Treatment personality disorder. The treatment that based for your depends on your particular personality disorder, its severity, and your life situation. Often a team approach is needed to make sure of your medical and social needs are met, because personality disorder are long-standing treatment may require months of years. Your treatment team may include your primary doctor or other primary care provider, as well as psychiatrists, psychologists, or other therapists, social worker. Psychotherapy. With a mental health professional, you can learn about your condition and talk about your moods, feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. You can learn to cope with stress and manage your disorder. Medication. There are no medication specifically approved by Food and Drug Administration or FDA to treat personality disorders. However, several types of psychiatric medication may help with various personality disorder symptoms. Antidepressants. It's very useful if you have a depressed mood, anger, impulsivity, irritability, or hopefulness, which we have associated with personality disorder. Mood stabilizer. As their name suggested, mood stabilizers can help even out mood swings or reduce irritability, impulsivity, and aggression. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmate. I'm Juna Florsi Mangayaay. This is my topic is juvenile delinquency. Juvenile delinquency is the act of committing a crime at the very young age. A juvenile delinquent is a young person, particularly a teenager under the age of 18, who breaks a state of federal law by committing a crime. Teens are still immature and do not think like adults. Therefore, They are prone to making mistakes or committing crimes that are not fully in their control. Teens can break law for various reasons, that there are a number of factors that lead them a juvenile delinquency. This article we have listed down some of the reasons why teens become juvenile delinquents and what causes them to the control crimes. Let's take a look at them. Broken family. A teen adopts moral and ethical values from his parents and other family members. It goes without saying that family plays a vital role in shaping a teen's behavior and growing his/her personality. Lack of communication. Open lack of discourse in the family can lead children to find solace other than homes. When they are not having any communication with their parents or family members at home, they may lose unity, trust, and understanding, which can eventually lower their self-esteem of self-confidence. Lack of finances. Young or adult may lead to wrong path to improve their financial condition. Teens become juvenile delinquents due to lack of finances. When they experience poor economic condition, they start engaging in the wrong activities. They may start selling drugs or steal things to improve their economic condition. Lack of social and moral training. Teens who not given any social or moral training often leads juvenile delinquency. It's the parents' duty to teach moral and ethical values to their children. They should teach them the difference between right and wrong behavior. Lack of social and moral values can lead children to poor interaction with others and make them less confident. They may become selfish and arrogant. They would not know how to respect the law of the state. Parents of teens neglect their children and pay more focus on working hard to earn money for them. However, while doing so, they forget the importance of spending quality time with their children. They may not fall into wrong hands or get involved in a bad company while seeking attention from someone other than their parents.
Substance abuse in the workplace. What supervisor need to know? Session objective: you will be able to identify the harmful effects of substance abuse in the workplace, enforce requirement of our policy and the law, recognize signs of abuse problem, take effective steps to assign employee in the getting help while protect other working and the organization. Session outline scope and cause the problem required of the law and our policy. Your roles in the dealing with substance abuse, confidentiality and documentation. Detective substance abuse on the job, taking effective action. The scope of the problem. Substance abuse is a serious workplace issue. 10% of working have a problem. Most substance abuse share an employee. Anyone can be substance abuse. The cost of substance abuse. Substance abuse costs more than 50 billion annual. Abusers are less productive, lost more time from work. Abusers have more accidents. Cause of the substance abuse. 40% of industrial fatalities linking to substance abuse. 47% of all occupation accumulations can be attributed to substance abuse. Substance abuse to lead to death and crime workplace. Drug-free workplace active. Right policy, awareness program, reporting requirement, disciplinary action, rehabilitation, arts activity. Duty to provide employee with a workplace free from recognized harming that are caused are likely to cause death or serious physical harm. Substance abuse is such a harsh. Our policy prohibits the possession of sale of drug or alcohol on company premises. Provide working under the employees private assistance from employees who want help for an abuse problem and positive discipline on those who refuse help.